Recently, we've shared a couple episodes about steps in the release process. I call it the release process. It's similar to regenerative ag that farmers use, but as a food plot farmer, there's some advantages. Although deer are eating, we're not harvesting all the crop and taking it off like a hay crop or a combine. So we can grow more biomass and improve the soil's quality faster because we're not removing nutrients like giant loads around bales of hay leaving here. It's all right here, right? Or grain carts leaving. We've shared about how we plant and how we terminate this with a crimper. I want to bring that together a bit and talk about the cost and time savings of using the release process. One of the ways I save time is by using a roller crimper rather than herbicide. Now they're both one pass, right? You spray it, you're gonna nuke everything out here, or you roller crimp, you're gonna kill almost everything out here. But let's think about it. The roller crimper is right over the hill here by the well house, and if I had to get herbicide, I had to go purchase it this year, which literally, it's kind of hard to find and cost about twice what it cost this same time last year. So that's a big time savings, not driving to town, not stopping every 5-10 acres, depending on your sprayer size, and filling it up and getting it all over you, getting messy, spilling too much on the ground. I just literally put the roller crimper on and take off, and when I'm done, it's done. The roller crimper, of course, saves me again because I didn't need to apply a fertilizer, and we've showed you our soil test results. They were by the folks at the Ward Lab, said they're amazing. I think that was a quote, you know, they're really good. All this mulch laying on the ground is just gonna decompose as it gets moist and starts decomposing, and those nutrients are going into the soil. And even better than that, because I haven't disturbed the soil, those roots are in place, they're decomposing, and they're feeding microbes. And microbes are a real secret. It's hard to talk about them because you can't see them, but the microbes or bacteria, they're making a commerce or a financial trade, if you will, with the plants you see growing. They're taking nutrients from the soil, N, P, and K, literally, and all the trace elements like sulfur and boron, molybdenum, whatever, and trading it with the plant for carbon. And I have these living plants making carbon, so they're making that exchange. So now I'm up to 2, right? I haven't had to mess with all the herbicide, purchasing it, spending money, getting it all over me. And I haven't had to spread fertilizer, which is really heavy. It's compacting the soil, causing soil compaction. I got to purchase it, and it's really expensive this year. And I took care of all that just by using this portion of the release process. So we talked about saving on herbicide and fertilizer, and there's actually a big time savings there. So now we have this time and money savings, just fewer passes, right? So if you're disking, you probably disc once, twice. Some people are recreational discers, I call it. They pull that disc 3 or 4 times. They want to make everything just powder. I got to go over it again. Hey, I got a break. Let's go over it again. So that's not happening. I literally drug a no-till drill through here, drug my Genesis through here and planted. I planted green. All this stuff was standing. All this real tall stuff here was standing way up. And I waited a few days and I crimped, and I'm done until fall. And then I'm gonna take the Genesis again, I'm gonna calibrate it for my fall release blend, and I'm gonna plant right through that standing green summer crop. And let's think about this. I've got a crop that's good, it's suppressing most of the weeds. There's a weed or 2 out there, but not many. And I'm drilling through that standing summer crop. The drill and the tractor tires is gonna knock down 50%, give or take, depending on what you got planted. And you know, have you priced diesel fuel lately? Boy, fuel cost, even off-road diesel, is very high. When you only make 3 passes, and that's spring and late summer planting, you've went over the field 3 times total, that's a big fuel savings. So, you know, time, herbicide, fertilizer, fuel, these are all really important savings that help me do more wildlife projects on my. A few times a year I get those emails, hey, why don't you irrigate your food plots, or can I irrigate my food plot? I've got a different plan for providing soil moisture or irrigating, but let's think about this now. An inch of water, like an inch of rain, an inch of water covering an acre is about 22,000 gallons. My way to irrigate is a couple of fold here. I've got this mulch The sun hits it, it's light colored, like a white shirt or something, it bounces back. That keeps the soil from getting too warm, and when the soil's not warm, you don't have that evapotranspiration. You're not losing moisture to evaporation. That's key. Second, through this process and really the roots in the ground and the bacteria in the ground, I'm really increasing the organic matter. We just shared you the results with Ward Lab. They come here and we're just raving about how high our soil organic matter, SOM, was. Here's the secret on that. For about each 1% of soil organic matter, you can hold about an inch of moisture in the soil. So if yours is 5, you can hold 5 inches of moisture. You get that big toad strangler rain, well, here it's not running off, obviously, it's just infiltrating in. We've shared with you infiltration test here, and I can hold inches of rain in an hour, not a day, an hour. It's just gonna go in and sit there in that organic matter. Then we get dry for 3 weeks. It's like a sponge, it's just sitting there. That's my irrigation. I didn't flip a switch, I didn't pay the electric bill, I didn't pay a diesel pump. I simply used the release process. I made 3 passes with my tractor. I plant in the spring, I crimp in the spring, I plant in the fall. Often I don't have to crimp in that late summer or fall planting. That's building organic matter, which holds moisture, which is my form of free irrigation.